Let's get started. Let's find your spot, claim your space, claim your body. My body, even if I'm not in the ideal space, at least the space around me, my bubble. Even if I don't believe it, I go ahead and claim it. This is my body, my space, my moment. I am here. Adjusting breath. Exhale. You just breathe as deep as you can. It might not be that deep, but that's okay. Belly up to the chest. Chest down into the belly. Even if the breath has to be soft and easy, and even if it's shallow, breathe from the feet to the head. From the head down to the feet. I can gently press my feet and gently twist from the earth to the sky. From the sky to the earth. Let's activate the body. Rub in the hands. It can be very slow and light and easy. Just let it match how you're feeling and what's going on. No need to push too hard, too fast. Just what we can do as we can do it. That's the best we've got, and that is good enough. Breath in the belly. Release, relax, and root into the feet. Feel your body connecting to the ground. Feel the earth below you, supporting you, connecting through the feet, connecting into the legs. Feel the legs getting stronger even in this moment. And just begin to kind of cat paw massage your feet against the ground, just gently shifting and twisting and pressing your balls of your feet and your toes and your heels. Just kind of light and easy. Begin to let it come up into the hips. You might have a little bit of a rotate and a circle, a little bit of a twist, and just let it climb all the way up into the shoulders, rolling the shoulders forward and back. Let your hips get involved with that action. This breath in the belly. Just start to feel out the body. Maybe flexing the spine and moving the pelvis. Maybe arcing the chest and the back. Maybe it's super light and easy. Just feel around in there for a moment and let it go. Clasping the hands behind the back, dream walking. Lift one foot off the ground, and maybe that's just barely. Maybe you just kind of shift your weight. Maybe you can't get all the way up there. The more we move, increase our nerve health and nervous system connection, lubricating the joints, getting blood, lymphatic circulation. And even if you don't really get the heel off the ground, just start moving the heels with very slow, deliberate breath in the belly. Breathe and feel and move. And let it go. Hands on the hips. Shifting side to side, just riding the body. Riding the body, side to side. Easy does it. Especially if I'm regaining health or strengthening or healing my body, my joints. I want to move and take it to a range and degree that's right for me. Even if it's minimal and just barely moving off center. Maybe I can't get all the way over to one side. Just do what I can. Breath in the belly. Feel the body motion, the foot connection to the earth, the movement in the legs. Breathe in the belly. Let the thighs and knees gently move. Listen for the breath. Breath in the belly. And find the center as if your tailbone and your this line of the hip joint, the pelvic area moving right into the tailbone as if it's a arrow pointing down, as if a root extended to the center of the earth, as if you could just point down and feel how that connects your legs and your feet to the ground, hands on the hips. Shift to one side. Turn the hips like a handle, the toe turns out. And if I can't keep my heel on the ground, if that puts too much strain on my body, then I bounce for a moment and turn my toe out on the heel. Ride forward. Ride the stance back. Take my weight off that foot, and I can turn the toe in on the heel or pick up the foot and then find the center. Breath in the belly. Shift to the other side. Turn the hips like a handle. Or pick up the foot and turn, but I let the hips turn. Ride the stance forward. Ride the stance back. Pivot to the center. Toes forward, hip to shoulder width apart. You might feel comfortable a little wider. Slightly more narrow, but not too narrow, not too wide. Find the middle, find your feet. Find your breath in your belly. Ride the stance. Shift. Turn. Ride the stance. Shift back. Close the door. Closing the door. Turning the toe in. And then find the center. Breath in the belly. You also have your hands on your belly. Continuing, moving and breathing with me. And begin. Stay in the middle for a second. Breathe. Again. Yours might not be as big or loud, but feel the breath. One more time in the center, breath in the belly, hands up, gather, and release. 2. Your breath might be more subtle and gentle and quiet. That's okay. I just do what I can when I can. That's all I can do. Resting the hands on the thighs. Riding the wave up. Just let the breath soften. Gentle in and out in the belly. Let it become a soothing internal wave, a gentle inhale, gentle exhale, gentle squeeze of the belly as we release, gentle inflation of the belly and chest as we expand, rising and sinking, breath slow, gentle in the belly, foot connection to the earth, legs strong, holding, supporting my body, pressing the knees gently down, lengthen the legs, arms floating up, breath in the belly. Listen for the breath. You could even give it a little gentle twisting motion up and down. Your breath can be soft and gentle. It doesn't have to be big. One more. Make this one a little deeper. Now let the arms rise as high as they can. Might be just here, shoulder height. Maybe you can reach out in front, and maybe as the arms reach up, palms face each other. Or you can put your palms forward if that feels nicer to you, whatever feels good. If you can't hold them up, hold them out. And just let them float out to the side, gently twisting, gently rotating side to side. And as if the balls of your feet and toes were doing that little cat massage, a little pressing and moving with a little gentle twist, gathering from the sides. And if I can't reach up, I reach out like I'm hugging. I only do what I can. And I trust that the more often I do these things, that my body, to whatever degree it can, will get on board with it. And whatever degree I can increase in strength and flexibility, coordination, that my body will find its way there. I just do my part. I just do what I can, when I can. Breath in the belly. Breathe and gather. Gently twisting and massaging with the feet. Exhale down the center. It can be a quiet, gentle breath. You might have to take several breaths. That's okay. And if I can't reach up, I reach out, or maybe I've had enough of reaching up, and now I reach out. I listen to my body. Scooping out in front is just as good as scooping above the head. Maybe that's even too much. I scoop out in front of my belly instead. Or maybe my body is okay to keep going and I gather. And down. Hands on the hips. Shifting side to side. This time, really try to lengthen that side leg. Try not to tip. Try to sit. Let the hips sit. And then shift the weight. Try to feel like a little gentle stretch in the hip ball joint, the hip flexors. You might not know what that is or what that feels like, but just kind of let it stretch in the leg. Shift the weight. Let that lengthen as best you can. The other knee is bent. Breath in the belly. Breathe into the middle, into the center. Exhale and shift to the side. One more time to the side. Inhale to the center. Exhales to the side. Find it in the middle. Gentle in the belly, gentle in the breath. Relax the arms, shaking the branches of the tree. Might be slow, easy, light, and deliberate. Might be vigorous. Maybe just gently bouncing in the knees if that feels good. Gently bouncing in the body, and if that's too much, you might try twisting or swaying. Just let it open up, and if you have to slow it down or stop, we do what we can when we can. Breath in the belly. Shaking free anything that got stuck along the way in this life journey. Anything that is outdated, no longer helping us. Breath in the belly. I don't have to know what those things are. I shake my body gently. Just letting the old growth shake free. The leaves fall away, making room for new growth. I might not be able to see the new leaves yet, but I know that they're coming. Breath in the belly. And slow down and relax for a moment. You might feel some tingling sensations, and just gently rock yourself, twist, sway and move. Feel into the body. Breath in the belly. Feeling the feet on the ground. Gentle movement in the thighs. Maybe let it get up into the shoulders and the back. Stretch around a little bit. Just exploring, breathing, feeling. Move around in that body. It's your body. This is my body. I claim my body. I claim the space around my body. Breathe in my belly and move around, and just like a cat, it's massaging itself and it's preparing the place where it's going to rest for a while. It's kind of massaging and pawing with the palms and the feet. I push against my foot and push down with one hand. Push against my foot, push out with the other hand. Let my shoulders and my hips, my hands and my feet begin to gently paw, as if I could paw the earth. Breath in the belly. Gentle, soothing, easy movements. Just opening up the tissues and the joints. I don't need to know exactly how that happens. I do my part. I do what I can when I can. Breath in the belly. And let it relax, hands on the hips. Shifting side to side, opening up the hip joints. Breath in the belly. And then begin to draw a circle in the air. Hip to the side, butt and hip goes back. Hip to the side, hips come forward. Breath in the belly. Rotating easy in the body. It might be really light and minimal and easy. Maybe there's some nerve pain or some tension or something that's going on. So I listen to that and breathe in my belly, and I adjust my movement accordingly. Always free to adjust, to do or not do. Breath in the belly. Listen for the breath. As we reverse the circle, continue to breathe. And relax into the center, cleansing breath. Breathe right down into my feet. Breathe from the feet up to the head. From the head down into the feet. As if I could breathe the earth up to the sky. As if I could reach the top of the sky and breathe the sky down into the earth. As if I could reach the core center of the earth and breathe up to the heavens, the cosmos. As if I could call the heavens down into the center of the earth. Shake it out a little bit. Shake a leg, or maybe just lift a heel and wiggle the toes, and just take a moment to move around and just free form it for a moment. Just kind of like get weird. Maybe that feels like dancing and you start to dance a little bit. Just kind of get in there. Maybe it's really slow and light. Maybe my body really needs that nurturing, soothing, nourishing, slow and easy feel. Maybe I just kind of move around a little bit, and maybe it feels like it's time to stretch up. Maybe a yawn comes on. Maybe I hold my breath and squeeze my body gently and let it go. That's all we're doing. Yawn and stretch. The natural squeeze of the muscles and the release of the tension. The natural deep inhale to oxygenate and energize. And the release of the breath, the universal sound of relief. Releasing stress, tension, anxiety from the body. Maybe start to cat paw a little bit. Just breathe and feel. Just take a few minutes to move around. Maybe that means I feel like I want to work my hips a little bit and my lower back. Flex. Maybe it's time to roll the shoulders and arc the chest forward and back. Maybe I feel deep breath. It's doing kind of a fake yawn and became a real yawn. Maybe it's like, you're just like a jellyfish, a piece of seaweed, right? Just for a moment. Maybe you pick up a leg and it feels good to move around a little bit. Maybe you're jogging in place, right? Who knows? Shake it out. Okay. Good. Hands on the hips. Breath in the belly. Riding the body side to side. Find the middle, like an arrow pointing down between your legs. Hands on the hips. Shift the weight to one side. Pick up the heel, like you're kind of doing the twist. Let the heel come in. And ride the stance forward. We're not going very far. The feet are pretty close together. Ride the stance back. And then I swing my heel back out. Some of these natural ways to turn the feet. So I let my hips turn. Let my toes and feet and head all point in the direction of my movement. So these are some ways to get there. If I'm doing something over here and I need to turn, instead of doing something weird and awkward with my body, I balance for a moment and let my feet turn, let my whole body turn. So here we go. Breath in the belly. Shift the weight. Heel comes in. And if I can't pivot on the ball, that strains my joint. And I just pick up my foot and turn it. Move to the forward leg, but I'm not going too far. If my knee goes past my toe, it's too far because it's a good stretch, but it's not great for mobility. I can't do that thousands of times without hurting myself. All right. So ride, and my heel swing back. Find the center. Breath in the belly. Ride the stance to the side to take the weight off my side foot. Heel comes in on the ball, or I pick up the foot and just turn it. And then both feet haven't turned. I'm not really walking anywhere, so that's okay that the other foot hasn't turned yet. But I'm just going to gently ride into the forward knee, but not too far. All right, it's a good stretch, but not great for getting around the world. Shift, turn, center, breath in the belly. Shift to the side, turn the toe, ride the stance forward for a moment, ride the stance back. What I repeat, I become. So I take this time when I'm in relatively good space to practice these things. I'm in a safe environment so that when I'm out in the world, I've done this enough to where my body knows what to do as I navigate environments and places and things. My body has more to work with, knows how to make these adjustments. Breath in the belly, shift the weight, heel comes in, I plant my foot, ride the stance forward, moving my center of gravity, ride the stance back, bring it to the center, moving with me, and listen for the breath. Breathe in the belly. Let the hips turn. Hips turn. One more time on each side. Find the center. Release. Shaking the branches of the tree, lightly shaking it out. Maybe a gentle twist and sway. And again, feel it out. Just like a cat and a dog will, might do it dozens and dozens of times a day. They get up from sitting here to go lay down over there. They go up and get a drink and have a little run, and somewhere in between, or they stop and they stretch a little bit. Right, all the animal kingdom, including the human species, this is what we do. We stretch, yawn, breathe, and we allow moment to moment, or at least hour by hour, take these little times to check in, feel around in the body, and maybe something that was going to become tight to become a pain or a headache or something else. Maybe if I pause after seated for a period of time at the desk, or whatever I'm doing, take a moment just to even just stretch and breathe, grab a breath, let it go. hands on the thighs, riding the wave. And again, just like earlier, because I'm focused on repetitive movement, I'm not going into my deepest stretch possible. I'm not going down for a squat or anything like that. I'm just gently sitting into my knees. My thighs engage a little bit, drop my butt a little bit, and then my legs lengthen, the arms rise. I push off my feet, pushes my body up. And as my body begins to descend and root, floating back down, I let my body, my legs, my feet catch me. Knees not too deep. Maybe my arms have already gotten tired. So instead of coming all the way up, maybe I just come out in front a little bit. Maybe that's what I've got right now. I just do what I've got. Whatever it is, even if I skip and do every other one or every third one or whatever it is. Maybe I have to stop and have a seat and a rest for a moment. I allow that for myself. I give the gift of self-love and self-care. I receive the gift of self-love and self-care. Even if I don't believe it right away, all I have to do is do the move and follow the breath. It can be big and full, or it can be quiet and gentle. Let us soften up a little bit. Find your own rhythm. Maybe my feet are still cat pawing the ground, twisting and pressing a little bit. Or maybe my body really likes that upward stretch. My arms really want to go all the way up. It's like you're at the stadium and doing the wave. Or maybe it's super low and super light. Rest the arms at the sides, hands on the hips, riding the body, side to side, shifting the weight, riding the legs. That's how we're designed. If we have the full function and capacity, or to whatever degree we have individually, that's what I have to work with. Do the best I can. I do it in the way that is good for my body, and trust that my body will find in time that opening to heal, to strengthen. Breath in the belly. Feel the body weight moving from one foot to the other, riding through, moving through the center. And I stop every now and then to find my true center. Even weight. I feel my toes touching the ground, balls of my feet, my heels, my outside edges, depending on how much arc I have in my arch. I might feel some more contact in the inside edge. And then ride side to side, breath in the belly, ride in the body side to side, breath in the belly. And slow down and just really stretch that side leg a little bit. And shift the weight. Stretch that side leg. Maybe you come in there and massage a little bit. And shift the weight. And again, maybe a massage in there a little bit. And bring it to the center. Arms floating up, and if I can't reach up, I reach out. Palms face each other. This easy motion for the shoulders. And circling out, palms face out and down. I could begin to cat paw my feet against the ground and slowly, gently twist a little bit side to side. And if I can't reach up, I reach out. Almost like you're swimming. Right? It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. The little things count. Even if I can't get all the way up there, that's okay. Wherever I am, however far I can get, maybe that's my range of motion or my level of strength. And that's what I do. I do that as many times as I can without hurting myself. And then after a little while, I might be able to do it for longer or reach higher. And let that natural, incremental shift and growth and change. It's going to happen just by virtue of my participation. Even if I don't feel it, believe it, or know it for sure, if I could just get myself to get up and move, breathe in my belly, feel my body, do what I can, when I can, that is enough. Breath in my belly. If I can't reach up, I reach out. Listen for the breath. It can be a big or a gentle breath. Could be high, middle, or low. Like you're wading in a pool of water. And shake it out. Wiggle it out a little bit. Feel it out a little bit. Breath in the belly. Just take a moment. Maybe that means sitting down for a second. Maybe you feel like a forward stretch. And if that's not something you want to do or can do, as I come back up, I don't just lift up on my spine. I bend my knees, get my center of gravity drop down, get my hands to my thighs, and then push myself up. I'm not trying to come up from my core unless I'm prepared for that. If I can come up that way, wonderful. But I do these little things throughout my day, and getting from one, I'm working in the kitchen, I've been cutting, I've been moving, doing dishes, and I'm doing some weird stuff, and then I go, oh, wait a minute, sit. Maybe I start to do something over here, and I'm doing something weird, and oh, wait a minute. Right, so throughout my day, I take chances, I take time to breathe, to move. Even if I'm in the public area, it's becoming more socially normal to stretch in public, to breathe. People are becoming more aware of those kinds of things. You don't have to do anything crazy, but you can certainly self-soothe and self-care out in the world even. Trunk twisting. I'm just still connecting to my feet. I'm pushing from one foot to the other. And that moves my hip, and that moves my shoulder. And so my spine gently twists and my arms gently swing. Keeping it light and easy. And as slow as you like. It could be even slower. It could be even more minimal. Breath in the belly. Only twist as far as you can. Maybe your body is liking what happens, and let the arms whip up a little bit and lightly tap the lower back behind the hip, and then up across the shoulder and chest. Breath in the belly. I'm letting my legs press against the earth. I'm pushing my thigh down a little bit and pushes into my foot a little bit. And when my foot pushes against the earth pushes back, and I let that travel up my legs, come a spiral through my body, out to my arms. Breath in the belly. And maybe you've already had enough, and you've already stopped and you're seated, or you're moving around and breathing as you like. Maybe today's practice you can make it all the way through, and maybe the next time you have to take 10 breaks. It doesn't really matter. Do what I can when I can. Give the gift of self-care and self-love. I receive the gift of self-care and self-love. And shake it out. Let's go ahead and do this next one seated if you have a chair nearby. If you don't, you continue to stand. My morning practice, sometimes I'm standing for an hour to 2 hours between stretching and meditating. I might be standing still or gently moving my body. Sometimes it works its way into particular sets of stuff that I know, or new things show up. But if you feel comfortable and like to rest your legs a little bit, find a comfortable seat. This is my new favorite toy. I love the ottomans because they're open and long, so I use that for certain things. But it's nice if I want, to be able to move my legs around, so I could actually do my whole practice in a chair, right? So, if the legs are moving out or I'm shifting my weight, I could do that here. So everything I do standing, I could do seated. Everything I do seated, I can do standing for the most part. So find a comfortable seat. And again, just like when I'm standing, I wiggle around for a moment. It's okay to fidget and move, right? We're not in that space anymore. We have to shut our mouths and sit still, right? Find that you just get criticized for doodling, but they find that actually helps us retain information and learn. So everybody has their own mechanisms and ways that they do stuff. So, if you were taught not to hum or not to fidget, or you were told to sit still, at least here, maybe not in the middle of a high intensity meeting, although that might break the ice a little bit. If I actually start to breathe and move a little bit, everybody else who's tight and uncomfortable might go, oh, actually, that feels good. We might actually get somewhere. So here we go. Looking behind. Find my seat, move and wiggle a little bit, and maybe I find that still, upright, comfortable posture, and maybe I'm good for stillness at the moment. Maybe I need to gently continue to move my body. My feet, my balls of my feet and my toes are still connected to the ground. I could even bring my legs up cross-legged, whatever I wanted. Adjusting breath. Exhale. Breathe from the belly up to the chest. Inflate. Hold it for a moment and deflate from the chest down into the belly. Increasing circulation, lymphatic, diaphragmatic. Breathe from the feet up to the head. Even here, I can gently twist and cat paw and move around. Exhale from the head down to the feet. Maybe you've had enough of the big breath and yours is quiet, soft, and easy. Breathe from the earth up to the sky. calling the sky down into the earth. Relax your breath. Hands on the knees. So if we're standing, our hands will be on our thighs at this time. If we're seated, our hands will be on our knees. And we're just going to turn the head side to side, but we're going to pause for a moment. If you can take your eyes and look far behind, look far behind. If you need to, look directly to the side. If that's too weird for your head or your eyes at the moment, just look directly to the side. And then slowly turn the head to center. Keep looking behind if you can. When your head's about halfway home or halfway to center, release the eyes as the head and eyes come center. Now look into the side. If I was standing, I would be lengthening my legs and coming up, looking behind or looking to the side if you need to. And then I would gently bend my knees and press my thighs. So I'll press my knees instead, or my upper thigh, lower thigh rather. Let the head and eyes come to center and relax. There's always this squeeze and release. So even if it's just a very gentle squeeze, there's going to be a squeeze and then relax. Training my nervous system, my circulatory system, my respiratory system. What's the difference between tight, tense, and relaxed? Release. Hands on the knees. So I'm going to continue to the other side, and this time I'm going to imagine that just as I breathe from my feet up to my head and back, I'm going to imagine I'm pulling myself up from my feet, through my legs, through my belly, through my heart, up into my head. And I'm looking behind, I'm not straining the neck, a comfortable turn. And I'm coming back down from my head, through my chest, my heart, through my belly, through my legs, through my feet. And I come back to center and I let myself relax. Yeah. Looking to the side, I might lengthen my body a little bit. Coming up from my feet, up through my belly, my heart, up into my head. Looking behind, eyes and head. Coming back down, bringing my head into my heart, into my belly, head coming forward. Gently pressing my thighs or my knees down back into the feet. So I'm continually moving myself up and down my body. And even if all of that doesn't make sense just yet, or you feel certain things and not others, it doesn't really matter. Whatever's supposed to happen will happen. And what I repeat, I become. So I let that, all I have to do is do my part. Move around a little bit, feel into the body, breath in the belly. Now with breath, exhale. And if you want to skip the breath, skip the breath. Breathe from the feet up to the head, up and turn. Look behind, breathe out from the head down into the feet. Coming to the center. Relaxing in between. Breathe from the feet up to the head, turn. Look behind. Breathe from the head down into the feet and center. Press the knees or thighs and turn. It's a gentle squeeze and then relax the breath. Relax the body for a moment. Maybe even lightly shaking it out. Maybe you feel like you need to massage in there for a moment. Now don't wait to the very end to work out the kinks, right? I work it out before I do my thing, during my thing, and after my thing, and everything in between. I take those chances and those opportunities to pause, to breathe, to get spacious, and I take those opportunities to move. Balance of stillness and movement. And I begin to learn to listen to my body and claim my space. Claim my body, claim my heart, my breath, claim the thoughts in my mind, and if even all of them don't really align with what I like to and how I'd like to think, just as I trust that my exercises over time will help my body to whatever degree it can, that breathing and feeling my body and getting into my body will help my mind to relax over time. I may be able to begin to shift the way I think, and possibly, though being pragmatic and practical, I could also include hope and positive possibilities. Let's do it 2 more times on each side. Exhale. You don't have to do the big deep breath, but you can. Held the breath out for a moment. Up, inhale, look to the side. Press the knees or thighs, turn and head down into the feet. Exhale. Relax. Inhale up, look behind the other way. Hold the breath. Press, bend, and turn. Return to the center. Relax in between. Might have to take a few helper breaths here. Go for it. Inhale up, look behind. Breathe from the feet to the head. Look behind. Breathe from the head down into the feet to center. Relax in between. Helper breaths if you need them. Inhale up, look behind the other way. Exhale to center. Breathe from the belly up into the chest. From the chest down into the belly. Breathe from the tailbone to the top of the head. From the top of the head down into the tailbone. Still be twisting, swaying, cat pawing your feet against the ground. Breathe from feet up to the sky. Earth up to the sky. The sky down into the earth. Rub your hands together, just hold them together for a moment, wherever that's comfortable. Whatever you're feeling like. Maybe something calls to you and you're like, oh yeah, I'll do it that way. That feels good to me. Just like you've got a washcloth, warm, comfortable washcloth on your eyes, eye sockets, and cheekbones, and at your nose, and just gently washing up over the head, down the back of the head, down the back of the neck. Rubbing the hands together. Just holding them in place, breath in the belly. And just let those rest on your face. Maybe bring it to your teeth. Lower part of your jaw. Come up and wash over. Down the back of the neck. Rubbing down the jawline from behind the ear gently to the chin. If you feel like there's some pain or tension or anything tight in there, just flick it off your fingers. Open up. Look around in there, behind the shoulders. Maybe you're yawning, maybe you're not. Rubbing the shoulders, upper chest and pec. Maybe super gentle on the collarbone. We don't really brush over the heart. We can tap or just hold our hands there or just gently move up and down. Occasionally it's okay to brush, but we don't want to do that over and over. We don't want to dampen the heart. Very lightly under the armpit. You know, those soft and tender places are soft and tender for a reason. Don't hit it hard. Right? Or maybe just slowly move your hand around. You're not tapping at all or just scanning, with the hand hovering, and that's what's feeling good. Maybe it's scanning today. Maybe it's gently brushing and massaging. Or maybe it's a tap. If you're washing your hands, Just gently, again, you could scan. We could gently move the hands and massage, or we could do a little bit of a tapping. Just working the hips, the butt, inner thigh a little bit. That's why I like these kind of open seats. You know, just a cheap little cube chair. That's all I need. Right? Just find something that feels like good length for your legs. Or have an ottoman. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Yeah, you can get over to the side, and you could look around in there. So standing and moving, standing, I can only do so much or so often. And then I can do it right here. I could do all this at my desk working. I could stop every 10, 15, 30 minutes, an hour at least, get up, move, feel, and breathe. Breathe from the belly up to the chest. From the chest down into the belly. Breathe from the tailbone to the crown. From the crown down into the belly, or into the tailbone, or both. Losing the ability to articulate. Breathe from the feet up to the head. The head down into the feet. As if your hands could scoop into the earth and breathe the earth up to the sky. The tippy top of the sky down into the earth. As if you could reach the centric core of the earth. Breathe from the center of the earth to the highest heights. To infinite space. And back down. Again, rubbing the hands. Just one last little feel around. Feel around in there. Maybe sometimes it's nice to gently press. Maybe I feel some pressure or tightness somewhere in my head or in my body. I can gently put a little pressure there, especially after rubbing the hands, cheeing up, bringing more energy, friction, heat, whatever you want to think about in those terms. Bring that to those spots. Something started talking to me. I got a little bit of a cramp or a little bit of a twinge or pain. Maybe it needs to be super gentle and light and easy, or maybe I just place my hands there. So free at any time to work it. Work it. And beautiful. Namaste. She.